Bluey is a cute, fun show full of lessons. But even the most adorable characters have their biggest fears hidden behind the playtime.
Ow! Bluey!
Have you ever noticed what each of them is really afraid of? Even when they don't say it out loud? Bluey might seem like just an excited puppy who loves to play, but if you pay attention, you'll notice that this little dog has a bigger fear than Trixie seeing a cockroach in the bathroom, losing control of things. In the episode Magic Xylophone, for example, she discovers an instrument that basically gives her the power to freeze time. That's right, the girl turns into a canine Scarlet Witch. And what does she do with that power? She abuses it, of course. She freezes her dad, refuses to share with Bingo, and only gives back control when she's completely lost her mind. Like that friend who won't let go of the video game controller, even after dying 5 times in a row. And that bossy personality comes back full force in Swim School, where Bluey invents a school just so she can be the strict teacher, changes the rules in the middle of the game, and treats her own parents like naughty kids. Was she maybe getting revenge for being scolded by her parents? Then in Rain, she tries to control even the flow of nature, building a dam to block the water on the sidewalk as if she's saving the planet. And in the middle of all that, she completely ignores her mom's pleas to stop going into the house all wet and dirty. But really, that's just how her fear of losing control shows itself. Have you ever thought about that? So grab your snack, subscribe to the channel, because today we're going to meet the Bluey characters in a way never seen before on YouTube, right here on Zigzag. Bingo is the kind of child who wants to be part of everything, but lives with her heart in her hand, afraid of being left out. In Butterflies, the game seemed fun. Everyone was going to turn into a butterfly after being wrapped in a cocoon for a while. But Bingo took a little longer. And just because of that, she was left behind like that boring toy nobody wants to play with anymore. Judo, who has the patience of a spoiled kid like her, dragged Bluey off to another game, and Bingo stayed there, alone, sad, not understanding what she did wrong. Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever been left out just because you were taking your time? It's heartbreaking. And that feeling of abandonment comes back in Sleepy Time, but in a much more symbolic way. In her dream, Bingo is floating in space, all excited, until she realizes she's alone after her toy says goodbye to her. The joy turns into loneliness, and you can feel her despair even without a single word. Anyone who has ever woken up crying from a nightmare knows exactly how she felt. But then the sun appears. That's Chile, and warms her again, showing that no matter how far she goes, she's never really alone. Bingo has this deep fear of not being included, of being forgotten, and the series shows it in such a beautiful way that even adults feel the impact. And speaking of adults feeling the impact, the next one is for the moms. Chile, behind all that calm, constantly carries the fear of not doing enough as a mother. In the episode Driving, while she's trying to cook, take care of Madge, and handle Bingo's questions, Bluey pulls her to play car, but nothing is good enough. Bluey wants her mom to fully join the fantasy, and Chile, exhausted and busy, can't keep up with the pace. Deep down, you can see her discomfort, that silent guilt many parents feel. Am I being present enough? And this fear becomes even clearer in Baby Race, when Chile remembers the phase when Bluey was a baby and took a long time to walk. But instead of simply accepting her daughter's timing, she spirals into comparing herself to other moms. She even pretends to be calm, but you can tell she felt defeated, as if her daughter's development was a grade on her performance as a mom. And you? Have you ever blamed yourself for something that was out of your control, just because you thought it was the right thing to do? So comment down below with the hashtag Chile and share your story. While you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In the episode Chest, Bandit embarks on a somewhat desperate mission to teach Bluey and Bingo how to play the most complicated game in the world. And it's not just because he likes strategy. It's because he's clearly terrified of the idea that one day he won't be around anymore, and he wants to make sure his daughters have every possible tool to manage on their own. He says, smart people play chess, but what he really means is, prepared daughters suffer less. Have you ever felt that urge to pass everything you know to someone, just to make sure they don't get lost when you're not around? But the lesson of the episode is actually the opposite. Intelligence isn't just about mastering a difficult board game, but about knowing how to listen, play, and care. And in that, the girls are already geniuses. While Bandit tries to turn time into a lesson, the daughters just want connection. And then comes the question, is it possible that sometimes, in the eagerness to prepare the people we love for the future, we end up losing the present? But what about when the present already leaves us feeling incomplete? The next character might know how to answer that question. In the episode Onesies, Aunt Brandy arrives with a gift and a smile on her face. But inside she carries a huge emptiness. It's been 4 years since she visited Chile's house. And the reason has nothing to do with fights or distance. It's pain. Brandy really wants to be a mother, but she can't. And every time she sees Bluey and Bingo playing, growing up, living what she dreamed for herself, it becomes a cruel reminder of what she doesn't have. Have you ever felt happy for someone and at the same time broken inside? Brandy's fear isn't just about not being a mother. It's about not feeling complete, as if this missing part prevents her from truly fitting in with her own family. The episode never says this out loud, but it's all there in the silences, the looks, and the pauses. And maybe the question Bluey leaves hanging is this: how do we welcome those with broken hearts even when the pain is invisible? The answer might be with Frisky, since she's the one who overcame her fear in the series. In the episode Double Babysitter, Frisky makes it clear that she is afraid to love again. When Bluey and Bingo ask about her boyfriend, she says she is no longer with him. And that completely shatters the girl's illusion that he was her forever. Who hasn't been disappointed like that, right? Frisky tries to seem okay, but you can feel that she's still kind of broken inside, afraid of getting hurt again. And for Bluey and Bingo, Frisky breaking up with her boyfriend was the reason the two of them lost faith in love and romance. Like when you see that perfect celebrity couple and find out one of them was secretly awful. But then comes Uncle Rad, the episode's second babysitter, all chill, acting like he doesn't even know the power he has. And little by little, between games and sweet moments, Frisky starts to let her guard down. She didn't have to fall in love, but she let it happen. Because deep down, no matter how strong the fear hits, everyone wants someone to share adventures with. And babysitters too. Just like we have you guys to share our adventures here on the channel. Want to be part of this family? Then click the subscribe button and hit the bell. Rusty is the kind of character who seems like he was born ready for adult life. He practices cricket every single day as if he has the Olympics scheduled for next week. And when it comes to playing, he always takes on the role of soldier, commander, or explorer, like he's preparing himself to survive completely alone on a deserted island. But behind that tough exterior, there's a very real fear. The fear of not being able to manage on his own. Rusty wants to be strong, he wants to be capable, and he wants to prove to himself that he can handle the whole world without depending on anyone else. Then comes the question that completely breaks down any military training plan. Does being truly strong really mean never needing help from others? Or maybe the truth is that we can only really grow and become stronger when we learn to trust other people as well? Because in the end, no matter how much you run, fight, or train, life is not a solo game. Even the bravest heroes need a helping hand from time to time, whether they admit it or not.